Live. Merry Christmas, everyone. Today is Christmas on the Julian calendar. So we are bringing it to you live for happy hour. We'll be right back after this. Merry Christmas, Westwood. How are you?
Merry Christmas. I'm good. It is Christmas today, isn't it?
It is Christmas today.
That's what I hear.
It is.
Why is
January
that? Tell me
7th. So it's January 7th, 1-7. One of my favorite numbers in the world.
It is. Put those together. 17. What do you get?
17. And actually, as I said that, we were live at 1 minute and 7 seconds. So
you can't make this up.
Can't make this stuff up.
I am tweeting out tags.
Hour,
I'm done. I'm tagging
everybody.
all
our take a minute, like and share the video, subscribe to the video. I'm working on my new website. I'm pulling my hair out. So I challenged myself. I went and did all this research about new websites and what platforms you should use. And they were saying, oh, use this new one called Wix. It's so easy and it has all these great things, applications in it. And you can, and my future son-in-law is challenging me to start doing podcasts. Matthew
I saw the interview you did, his crypto journey.
Yes, he's adorable. And so he's really challenging me and pushing me, and we're going to do like this generational wealth thing. He wants Nana to come on, and we're going to talk about like from different perspectives of generations, crypto and wealth, and like, because that younger generation, you know, the way they look at storing wealth or the way they value things is totally different. Even housing, like he's talking about, they all want these barn dominium things.
Heard that. It's interesting.
It's very interesting. But then like my generation,
tiny houses.
Yeah, it was all about the McMansion. And, you know, and then we were going to talk to Mom about like what that looked like for her, you know, as a new bride. And so I don't know, it's really interesting. But I was working on my website, and I have to tell you, it's been a challenge.
It is challenging, isn't it? You look at my website, you know, it takes a long time to get to have a website like that.
Well, and then Johnny was posting today. If you guys didn't watch the show yesterday, he's talking about how he's been watching Wim Hof. And so he's started taking cold showers to strengthen his mind and his immune system. I did that when I was like
20 and 21. I had to do cold showers, but now not so much.
To make your body alkaline so that you're more, you have better immune system and stuff. Yeah. So he is
activates all that stuff, you know, get you alive, you know, wake your body up.
I mean, Johnny is crazy, but he is my kind of crazy. And if I was going to be in a war, I would want him on my team.
Absolutely. So, that's the guy. He'd just go running out into battle, man.
Oh, he would take someone down.
I know.
I mean, I have to show you his Twitter from today. Is the cutest thing. He is such a badass.
A little bit.
Okay, hold on. Here's Johnny. Where is he? Oh, see, he's already shared us from today. Oh, here he is with his diamond hands. And that's Becca's diamond hands he's sharing. Look how cute. He is out in the snow.
Look at him. That's what you do, though. That's how you get the metabolism going.
And he has like, oh, wait, I don't have the volume on it.
Nice.
Able to do this, I started taking ice cold showers, right? A little New Year's resolution, right? Gotta get tough, gotta get mentally tough, right? Take on these maniacs. Crypto prices are down. You guys are a little depressed. Guys, get mentally tough, right? Mm-hmm. Be a fucking man is what I say. Be a man, right? You're ready to take on this. You'll be able to see a lot straighter. You'll come through this a lot better, right?
That's right.
So You have to do what I'm doing, run around in shorts and a t-shirt in the snow. Whatever you got to do to get mentally tough to prepare for chaos that's coming of some sort, we know, right?
Today's the day.
That's all I got to say. Don't
Christmas.
be worried about these crypto prices, guys. Get out of your own heads. Get off the screen, right? Go run around in the cold with your shirt off or something, right? That's it today, guys. Enjoy the weekends. It's a snowy one in the Northeast, but see you guys later.
I just loved it. I thought, man, we have to kick off happy hour with that. He's a badass.
That's absolutely. I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to that. Cheers to Johnny.
Cheers.
Everyone, go take your shirt off in the snow and be a badass. Be a man.
Be a man. Be an effing man.
Yeah. He's adorable.
Good stuff last night on the show.
It was.
Covering
And
some
then
good
he
topics.
was so awesome. He, my future son-in-law came over and we did a training for, we're going to start doing these classes once a month on Patreon. So I'm setting up a separate tier for that because it's going to be more expensive because I'm offering more value. And so we're going to have different classes, and Johnny's going to be this month teaching about how to do this yield farming, liquidity pool mining. And we were on for about an hour and a half. And I moved about 3 Litecoin over from the wallet that I had on my phone. And it took a little while to clear, but while it was clearing on OneSwap, he showed me some different dApps to put in my One wallet. And then we were looking at just.
Is that a Mexican exchange? OneSwap?
No, it's not JUAN. It's with the W.
Uh-oh. You know what? You are quick on the uptake, girl.
So, yeah. Anyway. Hey, Zog. We haven't seen you in the chat in a while.
There's Zoggy.
And Hankovers,
Snoop Zog in the house. And Blind Dave is listening.
Polly
Mitch is
P.
here.
Blind Dave.
Hankowitz.
Yeah, I want to say hi. Tom's here. I'll get to see Tom next week when we're in Texas
Oh, that's
at
right.
the Men's event.
Yeah, we're going to Texas, aren't we? We got any place to stay yet?
Well, hopefully the lady's going to respond on the Airbnb.
Anybody in Texas got a big old McMansion that we can stay in? That'd be ideal.
A McMansion.
Hook us up and
hello.
pour some drinks.
Jay Crypto Minded. I saw him in the very official Telegram chat a little earlier today. Or I hope I'm allowed to say that. Make sure I'm saying hi. And Rick. Say hi to Rick. Make sure I got everybody. Polly P, Westwood, Tom.
I'm here.
Everybody send some prayers to Nana. She is still sick, and I feel terrible. I may have
she needs a big warm hug.
Yes.
And I'll make her a nice warm drink and give her a big hug.
Carol and Litecoin God. And Jesse Paul. Yeah, and Jim. So everybody send Nana some love. She needs it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And
absolutely.
And bulls. Hello. There is just so much going on. I'm also going to be jumping on with Jenny Alicia. Hello. With Snippy called me earlier today. In fact, when I woke up, there was a text from him on my phone. He's like, call me. So he had a dream and he watched my video that's on my Patreon from the reading. I guess we did it almost 2 weeks ago with that SL and Jill, the astrologer Jill, did. And it was something that he shared with his Patreon, that he had a vision about a certain coin. And he's like, oh my gosh, she just confirmed that. And so he was really excited. So I guess he's having a video tonight with Jean-Claude, and he's like,
hop on there
for a minute.
Nice.
And I was like,
I'll
okay,
have to check that out. That's always fun.
I have friends coming over tonight for dinner, so I won't be on for the whole thing, but I'm going to pop on and say hi, and we're going to talk about it.
Nice.
Because we shared with our Patreon first. So those people that are loyal and true, we always give the information to first, but we're going to share with the public because I think some things are going to be happening. I also was getting those gut feelings on some of those promoted tweets today that line up with some of the stuff from my interview with SL and Sue, the psychic, that it was a really long interview, and SL broke it up into like 3 videos, but my Patreon got it all in one video. And then I put a note that says fast forward to the very end, where I kind of unpack some comms and different
things. At 1 hour and 44 minutes.
At 1 hour and 44 minutes. Yeah.
That's the time.
And I shared it on Twitter today for the general public, just 'cause it's been a while, and I think it might happen this weekend, just with the whole Christmas and Trump's speech at the church, and today being the Julian calendar Christmas. There's also, like, last night, the Marines tweeted at night, which like never happens. And they were tweeting about tow ropes, and they had like a stacked tweet. It was very odd. And then today there was a promoted tweet, and it was like so cheesy. And it was like, shine those winter days with jewelry. And this lady is covered in silver jewelry. Yeah. Your beads. I'm shaking.
You got my beads. This is shaking. This goes out to Blind Dave in New Orleans. I got my beads on, brother. I'm getting ready for Mardi Gras. I'm gonna take my like Johnny.
And there's Warrior 32. Speaking of Christmas, I got my gifts from you, Warrior. Thank you. I went by the mail post office box and got my Christmas gifts. Thank you. Rick Hunt. Hello, Rick. And Daddy-O. Good to see you here.
Daddy-O, real quick. Daddy-O. Right here, baby. Got 2 of these from Daddy-O. Made me some coasters for the bar. Yeah. Little note on the back. Pretty awesome. Love it. Look at that. Nice and thick. For the bar, baby. Nice. I love it. This is Daddy-O material.
Very sweet. Yeah. Unsigned. Very sweet.
I like Daddy-O. He's a good dude.
Very good dude.
Absolutely. We need a meetup in that area. You know, I was talking to some people this week about Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, that little triangulated area, because we got a lot of people that are there to pull it in. And I reached out to Kat and said, hey, you know of any areas? Because she's in that area. And, you know, I said, hey, you got some ideas? Maybe we can put something together. That'd be kind of cool, because we can draw some people in, you know, from that area this year, one of our meetups. So
that would be great.
Working on it. Anybody got any ideas? I'm trying.
Yeah,
I'm working.
You've got homework to do, because next weekend when we get together, I'm working on my website. I'm working on our asks for our sponsors, because we're trying to get our sponsors lined up and, you know, validated for this year.
I would love to say, and sponsored by Jim Beam or something else, you know,
or something else.
We need like maybe like a distillery or something we could have, you know, like in Tennessee or Kentucky, you know, we can go to like one of those distilleries and have a meetup there and get sponsored by one of them. That'd be pretty awesome.
Well, I'm still trying to. So I told Snippy this in Florida back in the day when Mom very first introduced us to crypto, and we started watching everybody, and you know, I drink my Tito's and watch the videos, and, you know, sometimes you just get a little silly. And I thought of having like, I still love beer, but I thought about having like a 6-pack and having Wix beer.
I don't have a 6-pack. I've got a keg. Is what
You're gonna have a keg.
I got a keg. I got a keg right here. Not a 6-pack. But yeah. Anyway, the names of the beer, like LITECOIN Lisa Lager and Wix beer.
No. Like I'm the blonde beer. I'm the blonde.
Okay,
beer.
The blonde. Okay, I got you.
Wix beer instead of Bix beer. Wix beer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then I told Jay Snip that he was Snippy Sippy, and he goes, "Yes, because I love wine coolers." And I was like,
"He does."
Yes. It was so cute.
Kool-Aid things.
He knew. Yeah. He knows what he likes. He's a man who knows what he likes. And then, and I said, Cliff High has to be an IPA, because high and hoppy. And then Bitcoin Ben has to be like the Pilsner, you know, every man's brew.
The Bitcoin Ben brew.
Bitcoin Ben brew.
Triple B.
Let's see, I had Wix beer, Snippy Sippy, Cliff High, IPA. So I had those 4. And then I was the blonde. And then he said something about making Jenny like some kind of making Jenny Moonstone like some kind of Moonstone tequila something.
Oh yeah,
something wild.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, well, we could probably do that. But I was like, maybe you could find some brewery or something that would do
right,
would
or start our own. We all pool
or
together and start our own.
There we
Heck
go.
with it. The crypto creation, whatever we call it. It's brewed in I would have like Westwood whiskey out in the crypto cabin. We'd have a still, out there, and
there you go.
That's a show unto itself, because they've got the bootleggers. They got that one show. What is it? Where they go out and they make, what do they call it? Moonshiners or something like that.
Oh,
They follow them around. They go out there and they're blending it up with different stuff.
Well, Pimpy would have the moonshine. You know that.
And I know people. I got some moonshine.
Or Paulie.
And Paulie, I got some stuff under in the counter still here. Paulie, it's aging. Well, you need to come back here. We need to drink it. So you never know.
Oh, there. Jenny Alicia says just Jenny Moonshine. Yeah, that would make
Jenny
sense.
Moonshine.
Yeah.
Holy snappers. That's a good one. See,
That's
community.
Right.
We can figure out anything. We don't need all these people at the top telling us what to do. They're all a bunch of puppets. We got this. Litecoin God in here. Awesome, dude.
And Glass FX jumped in and said hi. Robert
Glass
Hammock
FX
says
with
hi. J-Mac's here.
Cool picture.
Hi,
Jim
J-Mac.
Montgomery. J-Mac, I talked to him earlier. He helped me out with some stuff. Speaking of DeFi stuff, I had a question. How do I do this? And so he's like, here, go to this, go to this. I'm like, okay. All right. I'll do that after happy hour, because that's when I'll really buy some tokens.
Is here. Good to see you, Gazoo, too. Yeah, we're having fun. So, then after Johnny had this hour and a half download session with us on this DeFi, I had all this work I had to do today, but all I wanted to do was get in that wallet and play around with more stuff. And then I'm like, do I have any other Litecoin sitting on a wallet on my phone somewhere, like not, locked up in bags somewhere? So,
I got some lying around here somewhere. I don't know. There's Litecoin all over the place here. I can probably find.
Well, what I'm so mad about is I had put some Litecoin in my I'd swapped some into Solana on my Exodus wallet because I was all excited that I saw that you could earn 6% interest on it.
Good job, Brownie. Remember that? George Bush and Katrina. Remember Hurricane Katrina? What was it? Brown. His last name was Brown, and FEMA. He was ahead of it, and everything was falling apart. And George Bush is congratulating him. He says, "Oh, you're doing a good job down here, Brownie." It's that irony of the whole
I totally screwed this thing up.
That's the point.
So I'm very frustrated with myself, because the one time that I try to do something that's not just hodling, that's not just buy Litecoin and leave it alone. I'm like, I'm going to get into doing this thing everybody does.
Yeah, let's get into a blockchain that's gone down 3 times, and maybe you'll be able to swap it out when you want to.
And I'm an idiot. Yes.
No, that's a learning curve, learning process. Yeah. I mean, it's all about education. So that's what we do.
Then every time I go in there and look at this Solana, thank God it's not very much that I put in it, but still, Litecoin that you swap to Solana and then you can't touch it. It makes you really
gave away your piece of the pie. Good luck getting that back.
Yeah.
There's only so much pie to go around. Litecoin, it's finite pie. Same.
And I unstaked it on January 5th, and I can't touch it.
January 5th, huh?
Yeah. And then I go to say swap from Solana back to Litecoin, and it says exchanging Solana is temporarily unavailable.
Litecoin Lisa. Let me tell you something.
I know. I'm so mad.
Sound money for the digital age. Why do you think I preach that all the time? Because it works. It's worked for 10 plus years. I mean, when you're playing around and when you're doing things and you want to, dabble in educational, trying to figure things out, I get it. But if you are putting your retirement into something, what are you going to put it in? You better put it into something that works.
I was listening to Uncle Cliff. I'm trying to get in the new economy. I'm looking for,
You're in it.
I'm in it, but I'm I thought, well, I'll
you need to watch my video from today on YouTube, because I was talking about earning interest on crypto today. Like a half an hour sitting in the Digibug with the car's not running cold.
Not using Solana, I guess.
No, absolutely not. That reminds me. Okay, have you probably don't watch network TV, but some people may. I mean, the crime dramas, where they play the music and that's all you hear. The music in the background kind of tells you how to react internally because they have no good dialogue. Anyway, it's the same formula. And one of them my wife was watching it the other night, and I look up, and they said they held somebody hostage, and of course, what do they want for money to pay them? Send Bitcoin. And it was funny because he's standing there with the gun to the guy's head, in this church or this theater or something. And he says, is it in there yet? And he's looking over at his laptop, and I'm thinking, good thing you didn't send Solana. You would have been dead. If I'm ever held hostage, you better pay with Litecoin. That's all I'm saying. Don't be paying with this other stuff.
Giving me an idea. Send it to KuCoin and then transfer it out. Thank you. That's a good idea. So I can't swap it within there, but it's in there as Solana. So I should be able to send it out of there.
So, Blind Dave, man, watch his channel. He's got some good information. He shoots straight.
Go to YouTube,
he is absolutely,
and follow Blind Dave.
He's on point. He had a video the other day. He got me kind of cracking up. He's talking about online dating and experiences with that. It was a pretty good video. But absolutely, oh Lord, because he tells the truth. He'll tell you how it is. I love it. Absolutely loved it.
Well, yeah, I won't.
And he had a good intro music too. He's got like a dance music, and he can dance. Blind Dave can dance.
And he has a great ear for music too, with all his dance experience. Yeah,
I know. So
really
we'll follow Blind Dave. Watch him on YouTube.
Oh my goodness.
So the key is, if you're ever held hostage, make sure you don't send Solana.
Oh, that's what that made me think of. Okay, so there was a lady who had a Apple tag thing put on her car.
Apple tag. Oh, like what is that?
Here.
Find it.
Apple, what is this called?
iPad.
Apple AirTag device.
Okay.
Was tracking her, and I guess her phone or something let her know that she was but somebody had put this on her vehicle and was following her, and she
boyfriend. Wannabe boyfriend
or someone. But then I'm like, okay, here's the deal. I bought items from Apple. You have to like log in or know. They know who bought that.
The account is tied to all these devices. Right.
So why can they not find out? Why can the police not find out who bought that device and go lock their ass up? That's like requesting Bitcoin when you kidnap somebody or whatever. Like, they know whose wallet that is, or they know the wallet.
Right.
They know who bought this device.
Well, maybe Apple implemented MWeb or Mimblewimble. I don't know.
No.
I'm just,
They know who bought this device. And
sure
Apple should have to cooperate with the police and tell them who bought this device.
Yeah, now you're getting into things, though, that, there's privacy issues, too. I mean, you better have a warrant. That's all I got to say.
Well, get a warrant then.
If you do it legally and you do it by the book. So you go back to these crime TV shows, you got all the police saying, well, you need to, tell us what happened. It's like, I don't need to tell you crap. You need to get a warrant. And if they do that by the procedure, absolutely. Yeah. Right. I mean, the judge, it's through the whole system.
There's a reason for laws.
Right.
That the
shouldn't have illegal searches and seizures.
That people vote for and put into place. There's a reason for
and that works out really well, right?
I'm not saying that we should live in a lawless society.
No, that's why we've instituted government, to protect our rights. That's the only job they have, is to protect our rights. That's it. Only job they have. Yesterday was a big day, I hear.
And Bitcoin Trini are here too.
Awesome. Is Trini going to be there next week? I think he is, because he's in Houston, I think. He should be there. I want to see everybody from Texas next. We're driving to Texas, and I want to see everybody. Pimpy's in the chat. Pimpy's investment chat. Go check him out. Good information. I liked Pimpy's video the other day where he was talking. Well, let's not even go into that because it'll open up a can. But go check out Pimpy. He's got some good stuff on his channel. Pimpy's Investment Chat, YouTube.
Lots of good stuff.
If you're in Texas next week, I mean, Bitcoin Ben's got the founders group that he's doing. So if you're, I don't even know how that all works. I'm just showing up. I don't know. Give me a microphone and I'll just spout. Lisa, you got any details on that?
It is at
I mean, do you need to? Is there a
stockyards.
ticket? You got to buy a ticket? I don't even know. I'm just showing up.
No,
I got
it's
VIP
part of
access,
Ben's
right?
founders group. So you have to be like part of Ben's founders
Okay,
group.
right.
Hey, champ. And then we're going to be there and support of them and learning what they're doing. And we're going to do
Miss Team Crypto going to be there?
Meet up there. Somebody said that. I haven't.
That's what I said. I don't know. I haven't confirmed it, so I was just curious.
Yeah, I have not. I wasn't
sure. Okay. She's awesome. I mean, I just feel like 18 years old. I mean, the public speaking skills that she has, I'm just like, hopefully I go first, and then when we talk, I'd want to go first. I don't want to go after her. You know how that is in school when you do the speeches? Yeah, go first, get it done because, you're the hero. You break the ice and all that. But if you wait till the end, you're like, oh my God.
Pimpy wants to know if Ben has an open bar he might join us in.
Of course, Pimpy, you're going to join us if there's an open bar, Even though he brings a bottle with him all the time.
I was going to say,
I try and go get a drink. It's gone.
Have Bahama Mama. Yeah, have Bahama Mama will travel.
Man, oh man. Right. It's like constantly, I was like, don't you ever drink water or something? It's like, no, he's pouring this in. Yeah. Hey, yesterday was a big day, right? Let's acknowledge that. It was 1/6. That was a day that will live in infamy. Because we've heard that, Vice President told us that, it was as big as Pearl Harbor, the event in Pearl Harbor. It was as big as 9/11, 1/6, it was a big day, big event. So I went back and looked at this day in history on 1/6. What happened on 1/6, January 6th in history? And she's right. It's a big day in history. It definitely is because it was 1838, Samuel F.B. Morse code. Introduced the telegraph, demonstrated the telegraph for the first time in 1838 on January 6th. Changed the world. I mean, the telegraph. She's absolutely right. It's a big day. Yeah. So, another thing in 1992 on January 6th, the U.S. government urges doctors to stop using silicone breast implants. I mean, that's a big day. I mean, that's a devastating day for some people, that would happen. Stop using those. But anyway. Yeah, I know. And then in 1994, there's all kinds of, this last one.
That was the Epiphany Day. That's Epiphany
Definitely an epiphany, it was an awakening moment. But in 1994, the Dow Jones, in 1994, that index where they just put things in and take them out, if they don't perform, it's rigged. Anyway, 1994, the Dow Jones hits a record. Highest of all time at that point, in 94. 3,803.88 cents.
Of course.
3,800. What is it, like 38,000 now? That's inflation, baby. I mean, you want to talk about your monetary
So it's the same numbers,
issues,
but multiplied by, did you say that again?
It's like 10 times. It was 3,800. 3,800 in 1994. That's what the Dow Jones Industrial Average was. And now look it up. It's probably 36,700, 8,000. It's right around there right now, somewhere in there. So it's 10 times what it was in 1994, which is what, 28 years ago? 6, 7, 8, 28 years ago. Okay. That tells you the economic system that we're living in. Okay. So it's 36, almost 10 times. I think it might've hit 38. But
I bet it did today.
If you'd save dollars, think about this though. If you'd say, okay, if you're making, 1994, I started teaching school. I got out of college like 95. I think I got my first job teaching high school, and I made $19,500 a year as a teacher going through 4 years of college. $19,500, and I thought I was rich. And so I should be making 10 times that right now, right? Because the Dow's up 10 times. Is my salary up 10 times? Am I making $200,000 a year? No. So, and I think most people can relate to that. It doesn't keep pace because all that money that gets printed up, it goes into those things that they want it to go into. And so that's where you see the inflation and things like that. I don't even want to go into the quarter scenario, with the 1964 silver quarters. But, I mean, that's the situation that we're in, though. You've got an inflationary system where you don't win. What you make, the money that you make does not keep pace with things that are rigged to win. Let's just put it that way. And the Dow is one of those things. So anyway, big day, 1/6.
Clarifying, the Bitcoin Ben event is a 3-day event. It starts on Friday, the 14th at noon. and lasts until 7 o'clock at night. Lori sent me the information.
Okay, that's on Friday.
And that's on Friday. Starts from noon to 7 p.m.
Okay.
And then on Saturday, I'm not sure. I think it starts at like 9 a.m. And then the 16th is Sunday, the final day.
We're gonna have service at 9 a.m. and
I'm not sure what
10,
time.
and
but
then
there's food on like every day, and it's gonna be amazing.
I need my vegetarian meal. I need to put my order in.
Well, you better hurry.
Otherwise,
because
I'm in the
it's gonna be chicken wings and beer in the stockyards.
Stockyards where they probably have a lot of
Lori,
vegan burgers.
I'm sure there's impossible meat everywhere.
The thing is, I don't need to eat. You know, I don't. I got plenty of stored energy. I'm good. I don't
Boo
need to
says
eat.
hi. We need to say
Ask
hi to
Ledger
Boo Boo.
Gypsy.
Say hi to Boo Boo.
Hi, Boo Boo.
Westwood. Hi, Boo Boo.
Hi, Boo Boo. I got my bling on. I got my.
You don't have as much bling as Boo Boo.
I don't. And I never will. I got
goals.
2 rings. I got 2 rings.
Are like girl goals. Yeah.
You know what else I'm going to have on my wrist very soon because I got the tracking number? I am going to have myself a Litecoin watch on. So come next weekend, I'm going to have a Litecoin watch from the Coin Vigilantes, Carlos Estrada and Hannah Almost Estrada.
Soon
my watches will be here, and I will be wearing one of them. I don't know which one, to the event next weekend. Representing Litecoin, representing sound money for the digital age.
I bought one. I wonder if it'll get here
before. You should have got a tracking number. I got mine.
Did it come through how you bought it? Through the
I paid with Litecoin, so I don't know. It came to I put my phone number in though, so it came to my phone and texted me.
Oh, I don't know.
Said Clint Westwood, your watch is on the way.
Email. However, you're supposed to get those notifications for how you ordered it.
I know. You sent me an email Tuesday. I saw it last night. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I'm really behind on.
I can relate.
Stuff too. So
got things going on. You know.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But all good, I think.
Yeah. Absolutely. So remember January 6th. Always.
Remember January 6th.
Breast implants and telegraphs and Dow and just industrial average.
Well, I'm more excited about today. Like
I know
the 7th.
Well, they were excited about yesterday, so I'm just bringing it up. You know, I'm just going with the narrative.
But they baited. I mean, they walked right into that. I think
they
were expecting Mr. T to do all that, and instead he's like,
and he said, "No, I won't. Not going to give it energy. And what
I'm
about
not going to give it my energy
to vampires.
Yeah.
Don't give vampires your energy. That's it. Just everything's. It moves and counter moves. Let's just put it that way, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, Phil C says I'll get an email, so they may be waiting, and maybe I'll get mine at the wedding or something.
Just hold it. Just
because the one that they gave me, I sent to Uncle Cliff for Christmas.
So it's gone. You don't have one.
I gave mine one, but then I bought another one because I wanted to support.
And you're going to get that. Yes, the Great Gazoo. Clint's going to have some bling. I don't. I'm not a blingy guy. I'm really not. I'm pretty low maintenance. I really am. But the watch.
You've been wearing New Year's Eve beads for 7 days, so.
But that's not high maintenance and stuff. I take care of myself. I'm good. Take them off the shower. But yeah, the watch. I mean, they're just awesome watches, and they're all numbered. I'm hoping I get number 1. Hopefully I got a 1 out of 750. I doubt it, but maybe I'll get a 17. That'd be pretty cool, huh? Or a 45. Cool. Yeah.
I forgot to look. I got like a really low number. The one that they sent me. Oh, it doesn't matter. I sent it to
And you sent it to Cliff?
Yes, because he is the reason that my whole family is in. I'll ask him.
Yeah, find out. I want a picture or else it's not true. I want evidence.
Ask him to take a picture of what number it is.
Right.
That'll be funny.
Flock of seagulls behind him taking pictures.
All the seagulls attacking the house.
Right. Good stuff.
Yeah, that was good.
Good stuff. Make yourself some dough in this new economy. Make yourself some dough. You baker.
Well, and that's what we're doing. So Johnny is teaching. We're going to have those lessons. I'm still setting it up for people to sign up for that level of Patreon, but I figure we'll do that. We'll probably do a couple of those classes. And then I have jumped in full force with the Very team and
DAO
submitted to be part of the Very DAO, and in talks with
Very
them
DAO.
about some projects. And
what's DAO stand for? Decentralized Autonomous Organization. Is that what it is? Am I right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's like a group of decentralized people coming together, like-minded, with, and then you each have like your token, and that's how you vote on things, or that's how the group or organization makes a decision to move forward with consensus.
You give consent.
Imagine
That's
that.
the word. You give
Imagine-
consent to something and
imagine
you
that.
come to a consensus. Yeah, just like cryptocurrency, you know,
Yeah.
give consensus. Have a consensus. Simple stuff. I'll tell you what, you know, it's that KISS rule. Keep it simple, stupid. It is, that's where we need to be. Everything's so overcomplicated. We just need to get back to things that are real, things that are simple. It's not that difficult to live in this world. It's just that we've got this layer, this matrix layer of idiocracy that's on top of us that we just need to say no to. And you just say no.
Did you see Sean and I's show on Tuesday?
I did. It was a good show.
And he had us watch that guy that he does like 1700s cooking and living and whatever.
I mean,
and he's just kind of at that, like, look, I'm just tired of this crap. We just need to like kind of stop giving it the energy. And
right. I know, I was resonating.
And he had always said, yeah, I have, and he's he said, he's like, Lisa, I'm one of the biggest ones. Him, and I know Beatles, several of my friends have been like, this has to end in bloodshed and whatever. And I've always been like, no way.
I don't think so.
Who are you fighting?
Right. Why are you fighting them? You don't need to. It's a cardboard cutout Western scene.
Yes,
they have no power.
Them are not really, them or they are not really people. Like, we are the people, and we all really are more like-minded than what they are portraying is going on. So there's really no one to fight. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Who do you fight?
Yeah. A lie.
Right. That's all it is. You're fighting an illusion. It's like Don Quixote.
An illusion or a deception.
Trying to fight the windmills, you know, and it's give me a break. I've always, it's the Western scene. I mean, you've seen the cardboard cutouts where they made these old spaghetti Westerns and, the Clint Eastwood stuff, it's these fronts, and then they got the 2x4s behind it holding up the front, the saloon, that's all it is. They're paper bulls. And you know that, a paper bull. That's all they are. It's a cardboard cutout. These people have no power. The power is derived from us, the people. And that's why I say, don't give your energy to vampires. They have no life if you don't give them your lifeblood. It's that simple. Just withdraw it and walk away. Don't play in the casino. Don't play with their chips. Yeah. Walk away. You've got opportunities economically, financially now. Walk away. Buy Litecoin. Buy Bitcoin.
Well, and I can't remember. Was I talking to you or Johnny? And we were talking about some of Uncle
I don't know.
Cliff's
We're both
reports.
we both kind of look the same. We got the same look.
Very similar.
Right.
You have hair. You have more hair than Johnny, but
I got a lot of hair. I'm Sasquatch. You want to go out there in the cold? I'll take you on. I'll go out in flip flops. I'll go out there in shorts and tank top. Let's bring it on.
Rip your shirt off.
I'm going to be winning.
You would last longer. Yeah.
I probably would, because I'm insulated. I'm well insulated. So stored up energy.
You'll know if I was talking to you or if I was talking to Johnny, but was it that we were talking and we were estimating that some of Cliff's data may be delayed by, and some of the reports were
like 5 years.
About 5 years. So it was you and I talking.
Yes.
Okay.
5 years.
We were estimating that some of those, that some of those reports are delayed about 5 years, we think. I can't remember
4 to 5 years.
Report we were talking about.
Well, we were talking about
Roaring 20s, was it?
I'm not sure which report it is. I'd have to go back and look at it, but it's I've got them all like internally. I don't know which report they're in, but you're looking at Veritasium, his calls on that. And, so they're being fulfilled. And so you start thinking, okay, some of the other things that have not been fulfilled might start getting fulfilled. He was talking about OMG, Amigo. He was talking about Populous. He was talking about Tezos, the mystery coin. I mean, Pillar. Yeah. All these coins that he was talking about being, game changers that are still sitting out there. still exist. They haven't gone away. I mean, because there's been a lot of coins that went away that he talked about in his reports, but he didn't see that they had long legs, and that's what he referred to them as. They have long legs, and part of that also was the Litecoin stuff. I mean,
Bell of the ball in the
Bell
spring.
of the spring ball, and in the same data sets, that are coming up right now, going to be fulfilled. He's seeing it going to 5-1 to Bitcoin. And I'm thinking, this guy's been so accurate on so many things. It's just the timing. It's just like, you talk to the psychics and what they do. The timing's always really tough. And that's why you try to bring in
because there's free will involved.
Right.
Because
but the path is there.
Involved.
It's just we might deviate from it and then come back on it.
Right.
Because we do our own thing and we're kind of wild and crazy. And it's like, we should just sit in the canoe. And I've had this conversation with people. You sit in the canoe and you go down the river of life, and then you just let it pass by. Our problem is like, oh, that looks interesting. Pull over. And we get out in the woods and we get scraped up. We get poison ivy and all this crap, and then we get delayed. And it's like, all right, shit, I'm getting back in the canoe, and so that's what we do. And it's like, all right, let's get, then we start going back where we're supposed to be going. And so I think that's where we've been. We're in this kind of, we got out of the canoe because, there was all these distractions. That's like, all right, we're back in the canoe and we're going to float down the river of life like we're supposed to. And it's like, okay, now these things are starting to happen, but you can see them up there down the river. And they're going to happen. It's just, you don't know when. You don't know when you're going to get to them because we get distracted. Things happen and we get out of the damn canoe.
Well, I got distracted by this.
Pretty
damn
fired up
Solana. Here. I'm so mad. But thank you, Dave, because now at least I feel
it's a learning process, though. That's why
I can take.
You're going to hold it in something that's going to not screw you.
I know.
But
I was trying to do the business thing. I was trying to make it a business. I was trying to do my dough.
Let it go, though. But let it go. Because, you've got your wealth locked up in those good, solid assets. And then you can play with a little bit and say, all right, I'm going to take a little bit off and I'm going to figure these things out. I do the same thing. I try out these things. Just like in my video on YouTube today, I talked all about it. I try these different things. I want to learn about them. But am I going to put all my money into it? No.
Which, yes, thankfully, it's not very much because I would never do that with,
right.
Our savings or our
bet the farm on it, Lisa. Bet the farm on it.
I wouldn't have
bet the lake house on it that you're never going to get now.
No, I would never do something like that. But it's still frustrating. It's still what value that I had in Litecoin that I tried something with.
Here's the thing.
I'm the girl that I pick up the pennies on the ground.
I do too, all the time. And I'm like, okay, thank you for Paulie Pete taught me that, hey, thank you for, I'm grateful.
Yeah.
That was left for a reason. Somebody left that for me,
Yeah.
And you just don't, I know, I see people in high school. I remember people throwing pennies at each other, doing stupid stuff, flicking them at each other. I'm like, you people are idiots. Pick that stuff up and save it. That's right. Suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous pennies, and it's like, just hit me with it. But it's just, you gotta know value when you see it, and that's why you're upset, because you know value and you feel like you kind of messed up on it. But the thing is, it's a learning process.
Well, I also want to share and be honest about it, because one of the things, and I told Snippy this when we were in Florida, that one of the things that I respect about him is that he was really honest about and he didn't do. People give him crap about, oh, you sold your Litecoin at $25 or whatever, because he thought it was
told you what he was doing
and buy back in. He was honest about it. He didn't do all his Litecoin, but he sold some because he thought he was going to have an opportunity to buy back in. But he was straight with people,
because he wanted more.
And he said, I missed it. And he was honest about it. And so I told him, I was like, you know what? I really respect that you're willing to share, because it's easy to come on and say, oh, I bought Shiba.
Oh, I made
back in March of 2021.
As they have a green screen behind them that doesn't, and then they, they get done and they stand up and they got no pants on, and they go ask mom to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Pants.
Me and Crypto Blood and Rice and JC came up with that. I was like, proof of pants, POP.
But proof of pants. I'll stand on the bar stool so you can see my pants.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
I'm wearing pants as well. I'm not wearing shoes. I'm wearing slippers, but I'm wearing pants.
Well, that's good. That's a good point, though, is because what your experience and what happened to you, it happened to him. And it happened to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
so I just wanted to share that with people.
Did he say, oh, no, I'm screwed, I'm done, I'm not going to try? No, he just keeps trying and you learn from it. Yeah. That's what this is all about. Crypto is about learning.
And I think that's what I want the channel to be about too, is sharing those experiences, the wins and the losses. And so when I was telling people, hey, I just saw on my Exodus wallet that you can earn 6%. And then I was like, oh, and hey, I just got my Solana all locked up. And maybe it'll be a good thing that maybe then by the time it unlocks, it'll have gone up. I kind of doubt it. But at least
trust the plan.
Another option
trust the plan.
Send it off and swap it out. But you know, it's all a learning experience, and you have to be responsible. That's all that personal responsibility, making those choices, and then suffering or enjoying the consequences.
I've lost a lot of money doing stupid things, trading crypto. I lost a lot of money. But it's there's a famous author. We should do a prize and give away something for this if they can name it. In 1851, he had one of the greatest novels in American history. And he said, failure is the true test of greatness. He said, that man who has never failed, that man can never truly be great. And that's the truth. You got to fail. You got to make mistakes. It's humbling. And you realize you're a human being at that point that, okay, I don't know everything. I'm going to go ahead and, get back up. That's the test. You have to get back up and try again and try again and try again. And if you don't do that, then you're not going to be great. I mean, you just can't be.
This is my last shirt from when Trump said, do I seem rattled? Do you guys remember that?
Not rattled. Yeah, that's when there was somebody in the White House shooting or crashing planes or doing whatever.
No, they put a bomb off at the church. And he
was in the White House in a press conference. And then somebody was like on the White House grounds, I think, and they swooped him out of there. And you could tell he's like, oh.
And then he came back and they were like, oh, are you
my rattled? Gosh, he's back.
And he said,
do I seem rattled?
Do I seem rattled? And so I made these shirts, which this is my last extra large that I kept. So if somebody can name who that author was.
Did that quote? Who was that author who wrote that famous book? One of my favorite books in 1851, an American classic. Failure is the true test of greatness. That man who has never failed can never truly be great. Who said that? Everybody's, don't Google it, duck, go it. Everybody says Google it. No, duck, go it. Who said it? It's a great book. We could have on your Patreon channel, what we could do is I could go over some classic works of literature and I could teach real human lessons, about, what these characters.
No, Charlie says
wrong.
Lincoln.
Wrong. No.
But good trying, Charlie.
An author.
G. Thank you for trying.
That was a good try. Good try. Abraham Lincoln, just a stone's throw from here. Not really a stone's throw. Used to walk down the streets of the town that I'm from. Practice law in the courthouse. It's all about history. Went to school.
A little lady
Ronald Reagan
out
went
of
to
the window.
In college. Vice president lived in the same town.
Good water in another town.
Another lump. Mark Twain. No. Mark Twain's a great author too, though. He's not too far from here. Hannibal, Missouri, right?
Geronimo, Jim Montgomery says.
No. But while you people are trying to Google that and figure that out, and you really should read the book.
Franklin?
Franklin? Like the turtle?
No, not the turtle.
Oh, Benjamin. Like all about the Benjamins. Right. Because he's on the $100 bill, all about the Benjamins.
Teddy Roosevelt still says.
Nope.
Geronimo.
What else?
Franklin Roosevelt. Jones.
No, they might have said that, but he said it in one of his books, not the book that I'm talking about. Well, we were talking about while people look this up. We were talking about Matthew and the barn dominiums. I saw an ad on one of the YouTube. What I was watching today, it came up on YouTube. One of the ads, and it was about tiny houses. Invest in tiny houses. There's this community in Texas to where they have a tiny house community, And they came right out and said, most people don't want to live in a, you know, our age, don't want to live in a tiny house, but they'd like to vacation in one just to see what it's like. So they have this tiny house community around this lake, and they were trying to get people to invest in it. And they were claiming that you can make as much as 28% on your investment in this tiny house. And I'm thinking, man, that is the old world. And you're talking about, you know, DeFi, you're talking about staking and farming. I mean, 28%, people aren't going to stake their coins for 28% in a lot of cases, because what was Johnny talking about yesterday? I'm getting 100%, you know, I'm getting 1,000%. It's like 900 something.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the new economy. And that's why you want to learn that, because there's so much to be made in this new economy that the old ways of doing things, that's not where the money's at.
Well, with the wherever he went with the inflation, like 28% doesn't seem like you're just catching up. You're just evening out what you lost in inflation. Rob D says that Washington State to pass. Hey, Rob D says that Washington State is to pass emergency law on the 12th to use police force to detain and put people in quarantine camps. Those would be a new kind of tiny house.
Talking about a tiny house, right? But no, the tiny house, they're bragging about, oh, you can get 28% return. And I'm thinking, okay, it's almost like a timeshare.
That just makes up, or doesn't even cover inflation.
Right. 28%. I mean, because real inflation, if you look at what things cost, we just looked at the Dow Jones Industrial Average from 1994, 28 years ago. So it was 3,800. Now it's 36,000, almost 10 times. I mean, you've got to make 10 times your money in 28 years.
Did Melville say?
Herman Melville? Who said this? Bitcoin Trini. Yes, it was Herman Melville. Moby Dick. That was his famous classic work. Is Trini going to be there next week at Ben's thing? Because we can hand deliver it and take a picture.
Yeah, that would be great. Then I don't.
It would be. I should bring my leather-bound copy of Moby Dick, you know, and we could, you know, read some passages or something. But no, I mean, I just have a love of literature because you learn so much. Oh, he will.
Okay, Trini, I will.
Will he? Awesome. That's awesome. There you go. Awesome. Perfect. No coincidences. Everything works out. Don't have to mail it. Don't have to depend on the postal service to get it there in this inclement weather, this climate change stuff that we're going through. Yeah. And every day the
Lisa Express will bring it to you.
The Lisa Express is going to get it to you. Ride that pony. Get that shirt there. You know what? I was thinking about, I've got this this thing that I want to float. I think I got a cure for hangovers.
I don't get hangovers. I drink.
Well,
vodka.
A lot of people do. I do if I drink too much. And I think I do have a cure. You know, it does have some side effects, though. If you can drink all you want, you know, and you won't get a hangover. The thing is, though, you know, if you take this, it will actually, you know, once in a while, quite a bit actually, you'll get a headache and you might get nauseous. But, you know, the hangover won't be as bad. You know, and the headache might last 8 hours and you might get really sick. You know, but it will keep the hangover from being a really bad hangover. But yeah, most of the time you will get a headache and you will get nauseous if you take this shot of stuff that, you know, I've brewed up. So I don't know if anybody's interested, you know, let me know. And
let us know. What's the rest of the joke?
Maybe we can make it happen. No, I just thought, you know, that's the thing that I've created. You know, you take a shot of this stuff and before you drink. The problem is the next day you might have a really bad headache, and you know it varies different people, and it does sometimes make you nauseous. But the hangover will not be as bad. And
I get it.
So it's, you know.
Thank goodness you took the shot.
Well, that's it. I'm glad I took the shot.
It would have been so much worse.
It would have been a lot worse, you know. So yes. I've got this brewed up, and I just, you know, if anybody wants to sample it, I'm more than happy to. You know, help you guys out, you know, because, you know, I think it's good for you.
Words out of someone's mouth the other day. And I thought,
okay. If you take the smallpox
you're
prick,
an idiot.
I saw that. Yeah. I saw that today. If you take the smallpox prick and then you get smallpox, you might want to start questioning, you know, if the thing works.
No, but then it would have been so much worse.
That's true. You would have worse smallpox.
Worse smallpox then.
Worse.
Yeah. Worser.
Is that like the is that like
Worser.
birth control? You know, it's like it
you
could have been a worse
more
pregnancy.
pregnanter.
Yeah, more pregnanter if you hadn't
more
taken
pregnanter.
It. You would have had twins. I'm just saying. You would have had twins if you hadn't taken this. You did get pregnant, but you would have had twins if you hadn't taken it. So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You know, that's the new narrative, though. Nobody's saying, you know, like the old things in the past, you know, they actually stopped you from getting it. And now they're not even saying that anymore. They're saying that, well, it's not as bad now. It's not as bad because I did that. It's like, where's this warped mentality coming from? Why can't people critically think? That's my biggest issue with society. People don't critically think. I don't care about political parties. I don't care about all these people that tell you what to do. I'm not on anybody's team. You know, I've always been an individual guy. Think for yourselves. I mean, you've got to have some critical thinking skills.
Yeah, that was the number one thing we were looking for when we were looking for curriculum for Cannon's homeschooling. Was critical thinking.
No agenda, and critically think. That's all you got to do. Mm-hmm. And I talked about this in my video today because the school I went to in college, I went to Eureka College, small school, private school. I mean, every test I took, it was not a fill in the blank. It was not fill in the bubble. It was a little blue book, and Daddy O said, oh my God, the little blue book. So he must have experienced this too. It's a blue book that they hand you, and it's got lined paper in it. And that's your test. They give you questions.
That's when I went to college. That was your,
You have to know the material and explain why you know it, and how you know it, and what the answer is. You have to be able to think through it. And I'll tell you what, just seeing Common Core, seeing all these things going on right now in the school systems, you got the Chicago teachers saying, well, we're not going to go to school. We're not going to teach. You know, we're in a union and we're not going to show up because we think it's dangerous.
We don't feel safe.
So they shut it down. So they shut it all down. And then meanwhile, the mayor up there is like, well, you need to come to school. And they're kind of on the same team, but they're not. And see, that's what I'm encouraged by because the whole thing's starting to break down. They're infighting. And that's the good thing. Let them infight. We're going to do our own thing. We've got tools to get out of this vampire system, out of this casino. Let them screw it all up and let them fight amongst themselves. And then the whole thing's just going to fall apart.
Speaking of people who look like they're fighting amongst themselves or eating each other.
Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about Bram Stoker next.
Gitmo's rough on a man.
I saw that. I'm like, dang, dude. I'm like, what you need to eat? I'm like, he looks like he's eating those veggie burgers.
He's been at the spa.
Something. Yeah. Like, man, oh man. Spa. It's pretty bad. I don't know. Yeah. Did you see, I got a note here to check, the cows in Russia wearing the VR glasses?
What?
Yeah, I think I put it on my feed. I think I retweeted it because there was an experiment where they're putting the VR goggles on cows because it was cold and they wanted them to feel like they had green pastures. And no, I'm serious. I swear they did that and they actually produced more milk. And they said that the cows felt better. They had a better attitude. I don't know how they put it, but it was VR goggles actually made the cows happier and they produced more.
Did they survey the cows in what way?
Well, I don't know. You know, I linked to the article, you know, so you can read it yourself.
Yeah. Cows stuck indoors for winter are getting VR.
And then they went through the chute and then they got like right in the head and they felt good about it because, you know, But that's probably that's called foreshadowing literature. You know, that's what's coming for you and me if you go along with that program. Welcome to the Matrix. Which pill do you want to take?
Well, think of all of the kids' movies that had that same, or these not even kids' movies. I mean, there's Demolition Man, there's Wall-E, where the big fat people riding
around in wheelchairs,
chairs, and they're obese and they're lonely, but they don't realize there's people all around them back and forth because they're all basically in the VR. There's you know, the people having sex with the VR glasses on the Demolition Man thing. There's oh my gosh, I mean, there's so many of those movies.
All these science fiction movies from the 80s, narrative. You know, they're starting to come true. They live. I mean, that right there, that tells you everything. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
And Public sent me something, a video about that. There's some material. Anyway, I'll have to find it that goes along with that movie. But there's so much truth in a lot of those movies that are starting to come to fruition. And again, it comes down to
the crazy part is that
choice.
we think we're not there already.
We're here.
We're already there.
You're here. And we never thought we'd be there, but when you're in it,
we don't have physical goggles on our head yet.
But we have screens in front of us everywhere we go.
But we already have
everything's
screens
digital,
telling us what the narrative is, that we believe that because the news said it.
We have a president that does conferences in a studio. That's been proven. There's pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so it's like, okay, what's real anymore? Do we know what's real anymore? And, you know, he gave a speech yesterday and made a big deal of it in, what was it, the Statuary Hall. And you could tell there's nobody in there. It was just echoing. Mm-hmm. And you think, what's real and what isn't real anymore? You got to really use discernment and critically think. Because they're so busy, because the economic system and the monetary system has kept them to the point where they're just trying to get by and tread water.
Go to work, just trying to pay your bills, just
trying to get by.
Just let me keep my house and my family paid.
Yeah. Instead of looking at how do I get out of the system, they're still sitting at the frickin', slot machine playing the poker game in the casino.
But you know how quickly it is changing, because when I have like normie friends that are starting to see, even we have some like real normie friends. Charlie had a friend that he went to lunch with that said, and Charlie's like, "Oh, you got this watch?" And he goes, "Yeah, I don't even really like it, but like, I just got to get rid of this cash because I know at least
it's going to zero.
I can sell that. I know I can sell that watch for at least that or more than that here pretty soon. And that dollar is worth less and less." So even like super normie people are, and that's what in World War II, you would find like, they talk about, one of the guys at Bitcoin Day was talking to me about, was it Brady? I think it was Brady from Swan Bitcoin. He was talking about the history of money, and he was talking about how you would go to these German farms and there'd be like pianos in these farmhouses. Nobody knows how to play the piano, but it's just that they were trying to get out of the dollar. And Mame talked about this growing up in Brazil.
Right. In Brazil,
being a little girl in Brazil. And she said, our currency has failed many times. And she said, we had a neighbor who was from Germany. And she said, we had a car. We always had a car. She goes, but their family didn't even drive a car, didn't know how to drive a car. And she said, but one day their family came home with a car. And she goes, I asked my friend, I was a little girl, and I said, why did your family buy a car? And the little girl said, because my dad said he knows that the government's going to take whatever money we have out of the bank, that the currency is failing. But at least if you have a thing, they won't take your thing, but they will take the money out of your bank. And sure enough, like a week later, Mame heard her parents talking about the government took all the money out of the bank, the currency died, whatever. And she's like, that family is sitting there with a car. They can't drive, but they knew to get the money out to buy something, to own something and not have the money.
And see, that's critical thinking.
That's where we're going. And we're so spoiled in America that we don't think it'll ever happen because everything's always worked.
I had this conversation with somebody in 2009, right after the big fiasco where they printed all the money and we always figure it out. Everything gets better, and I said, there will come a time where your money will be worthless. Oh, no, it won't. No, it won't. I said, okay, wait and see. And it's like, you got to wait and see for a long time. But here's the point. If you have a central bank digital currency, and that's what your money's based in, they're going to do the same thing. They can do whatever they want to it. They can shut it off. You know how hard it is to come pick up 1 million automobiles, 330 million automobiles? They don't have the manpower to do it. And so if you're thinking, you think, okay, I'm going to get something that I could use if I need to. I don't need it now, but I can always use it. And somebody else is going to want it because they need to use it, because all the supply chain breaks down and you can't get a vehicle, and we're experiencing that, and how much that costs to get a vehicle. So if you were smart, you would have bought one last year and had it. But they can't there's not enough people, as big as the government is. They're all a bunch of pencil pushers. There's nobody that can go out and do things except the military. They get shit done. But when it comes to other people, they're not going to come take your car.
Well, so two things. as the dollar fails, the dollar stops paying those people in those positions, and they stop going to work. And that is in Cliff High's data as well.
And you had 4.5 million people last month not working anymore. They walked away.
4.5.
Okay, what did they do? What did they do?
Interesting number, 45.
Right, but that was the number, right? Am I right on that? It was 4.5 million people last month
and
walked away from their jobs.
4.5 inches of rain the other day too.
Yeah, and so how
weird
did they do
people are using that number so much.
4.5, and it's everything's in front of us. You just got to use a little critical thinking skills.
Part 2 of that is that this bill that I found that was passed, that we talked about this last Wednesday
before this last,
and the Wednesday before, that I found was actually made into law on December 27th, that is a transfer of power to the Space Force, to the Navy, and to, and the Marines are inside the Navy, Space Force, the Navy, and the reserves. It shows land transferency of military bases. It shows transferency of financial power. It talks about global distribution of fuel. It talks about judicial trials about sexual harassment, which then you see the military or Department of Defense posting out, please, military people, please remember to enter your information about this survey about sexual harassment, whatever. You're seeing all this stuff happen. This is happening. And as the dollar dies, and those people that you think are going to come get your stuff, in Cliff High's data, they start they're not getting paid, or what they are getting paid isn't worth anything. And they start going, you know what, this computer, they didn't pay me this week. I'm going to take this computer with me.
I'm going to scrap it out. I'm going to do something with it. I'm going to turn it on, whatever. Kazakhstan, we haven't even talked about that. What happened there? You had people marching and the government said, okay, I'm out. The people showed up and police marching with them because it's like V for Vendetta. I mean, that's the thing. Bitcoin Ben, this is giving homage to him, his favorite movie. But it's like, that's what needs to happen at some point. That's where this all goes. We all say at some point, okay, we're done. We're done. We're going to surround it and say, you know what, peacefully, you're done. Step down, leave. And they will. And they will do that because we have all the numbers. We have the people. We have the knowledge. And just like I just saw it in the chat. It's going too fast. Somebody said in here, H-I-N. I don't know if I-I-N. Jan. I mean, we don't need the money. Exactly. There you go. Yeah, mucho paletti. Mucho paletti. Lucho paletti. Sorry, I'm just going on a different direction. My brain's like, bleh. But the money doesn't matter. We have the energy. We have the power. We can do whatever we want. We can build the schools. We can build the barns. We can build the buildings. We can rule ourselves. And we've given that over to government in the Constitution, but they haven't played by the rules. So at some point, just like it's outlined in the Declaration of Independence, that tree of liberty needs to be shaken a little bit. And that's where we're at. We realize, and enough people are waking up and realizing that this doesn't work for me anymore. It doesn't work. We're not benefiting from this. We're not, and it's not just benefiting. It's like, we're getting robbed. This is highway robbery. We get nothing back from this anymore. And enough people wake up, and we're seeing it across the world. We're seeing enough people say, you know what, that's fine. We don't have to do anything. It's a peaceful revolution. It's a bloodless revolution. You just say, hey, we're done. And if enough people show up, they're done. They're not going to fight, because if they don't have the soldiers, if they don't have the police force to protect them anymore, they're done. That's all they have. That's it. They're done. Yeah. It's that simple. It changes overnight. You just have to get it in your head that it needs to change, and that it can change, and that we have all the power, because we, the people, form the government. And when the government doesn't serve us,
you don't know what you're going to talk about on the 14th, 15th, and 16th.
I don't know what I'm going to talk about.
We have all kinds of things to talk about. I'm so excited.
Give me a microphone, and I'm gonna be high-fiving everybody, and we're gonna go big. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a good time.
Hugs for everybody.
Hugs for everybody.
Event.
High fives, and I mean, yeah, absolutely. It's so simple. Again, keep it simple, stupid. Quit overthinking things. Quit thinking that you don't have control of your life. Quit thinking that you have to follow orders. I saw a great, and I retweeted it on Twitter today, somebody at a school board meeting and basically calling out the school board, sitting in their masks. And he says, I'm a business owner. I'm going to be here every 2 weeks, because I own my own business. And I'm going to tell you that you're failing our students. That's why I took my students out of school. And you can relate to that. And I mean, it was just like, this is exactly what needs to happen. It's not a threat. It's just telling them how it is. He said, I write your paychecks. We write your paychecks. We're not going to tolerate this anymore. You need to do what we want you to do. We elected you to represent us, and you failed to represent us. He says, I'll have 3 people for every position you're going to be outvoted. You're going to lose the next election. That's what you got to do. You got to make it so obvious to people, and the whole crowd's cheering. I mean, all the parents, because they all resonate. They just need people to stand up, because you walk into it, like Johnny said last night, he walks into these places without a mask, and the next thing you know, they take off their masks. They're like, well, shoot, I guess I don't need to wear it. You just need somebody to step forward.
That. She was doing that early on. She said she went to the grocery store, and she's like, walking in, and she said this little family looked at her, and they were
they're like,
and she's like,
it's mind control.
Yeah.
It is.
Like, I don't have to do this. No, you don't have to do that.
Right.
That's where people were doing things without even being told, because it was this bully.
Well, I don't want to rock the boat. I just want to get along. I don't want to fight, and that's the thing with Americans, and that's why they abuse us, because we really don't want to go to war. We never wanted to go to war.
But we're already at war.
World War II. We didn't want to go to war in Korea, Vietnam, but they convinced us to go. And how did they convince us? Roosevelt, his 8-point plan, implemented all of them and forced the Japanese to bomb Pearl Harbor. I mean, all of this is rigged. We didn't want to go to war against the Germans in World War II. Nobody wanted to do that, but they forced us into it. False flags. And then 9/11, same thing. They forced us into this police state. I mean, it's all a big fiction. If you don't give it power, and if you say, no, I'm not going to participate. If you don't, just walk away from it. That's all you got to do. Just walk away from it. Don't give your power. Don't give your energy to the vampires. Done deal. It's all over. Take the mask off.
Absolutely.
Walk in. And then everybody else says, well, shoot, I don't need to wear it.
Yep.
Opt out. Thank you. Hashtag opt out. That's all it takes. We outnumber all of them. And then we're going to have more of them on our side, like you said, Lisa, because they're not going to get paid, because that dollar system is dying. And how do you get out of it? How do you get out of the dollar system that's dying? Well, we got a weapon. We got a tool.
Using it.
We got Bitcoin. We got Litecoin.
Yeah.
We don't need
all
to
the
use
on-ramps
that.
are there. All
Absolutely.
of the on-ramps are there.
They're in place.
There's
you
no
have
reason.
to make a choice. That's what it comes down to. You make a choice. You can
get a
choose
Litecoin card. You can use it everywhere you use Visa.
Anywhere.
They think you're paying with USD or whatever.
They have no idea. It's a Visa card.
You're using Visa. That is that's what they're experiencing. You're putting Litecoin on it. You're transacting with Visa. They're happy. You're getting what you need. You go replace that Litecoin, and you put more Litecoin on your Visa card.
And then you take it
foundation.org, get your card, get it all.
Go to litecoin-card.com, I think it is. I got a link on my website. But you take it one step further. That's just the transition. And when we get to where we need to be and we're there, it's like, hey, I'll send you Litecoin. Happy birthday. I'll send you Litecoin. Hey, you bought this. I'll send you Litecoin for it.
Right.
See, we're already doing that. We're already building our own ecosystem because it's there. The tools are there. The network's there. Yeah. There's nothing to stop it. It's been running for 10 years. So that's what you have to start doing. I'm so excited.
Nana started it with our family. When Charlie and I got married, we got Litecoin. My daughter's getting married. We're sending her and her future husband Litecoin. And, they're already making plans for their family that, that's what they're going to give their kids at Christmas is Litecoin. And they're going to, that's going to be our legacy of our family.
Absolutely.
So it's really exciting.
You give your grandchildren, you set aside one Litecoin for your grandchildren. If you just do that, they have won so much in the future. You have no idea. No idea. That's all you got to do.
And in Cliff High's data, it was silver that went first, guys. So get
it's
a
cheap
little
right
silver
now
while it's down, because we know that's going to be part of the transition. I went to my bank and I showed you guys the videos where they have invested in these ITMs. And if you guys want to look up Google or DuckDuckGo ITMs and see that they have coin dispensers, and check out in your local area, and maybe you can see these. And then they showed us these big where you can get rolls of coins behind the coin dispenser. It was insane. So I have that video on my channel as well. But do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. We're working on building the community here. That's part of what I'm doing with the website. Is I'm going to have different ways for people to get engaged in the community. We need your help, because the community is the biggest part of what we're doing here, and we want to bring more people on. We want to share the message. We want to help more people become sovereign, and we want to have everybody turning away from the vampires and building our strong community of safe and sovereign people.
What destroys the vampires, Lisa? The light.
The light.
The light. Litecoin. That's what it is. Follow Lisa. Hit subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss her videos. She's on 4 p.m. Central Time every freaking weekday. It's not just me rambling, after a few drinks. It's people with actual information and knowledge. Monday through Thursday. And then this is just a good time, and I just go off.
We do great.
But you need to follow her. You need to subscribe, hit that thumbs up. Because when you hit the thumbs up, more people see it, comes up in the feed. And it's just very important to get the information out there, because we manifest the future. We are the people with the power, because we are the power. We have all the energy. You look at these people on TV, they have no energy. They're just shells of human beings. I don't even know if they're human. But you cannot let them steer you, cannot let them guide you. You know in your heart what's right.
And if you like these videos, there's a little share link. Share those things on your social media. Put them out there on your Facebook. Wake up your friends. Get them, share these messages. If you don't feel
nothing to lose, drop the link.
Yeah. Drop the link, put it out there.
That's up to them, and that's it. We all have our own paths. Don't think that you're responsible for their lives. The thing is, you could have told somebody about Bitcoin in 2009 and said, buy it. Would they have bought it? Probably not. Some people probably did, though, because they heard about it and they did some research, and maybe they bought it later. Don't deny them the information. Don't deny them the knowledge. Just put it out there and let them decide. We all have our own path, and maybe they're going to lose. Maybe they're not going to win. Maybe that's not their life. That's not in their timeline. But the thing is, you know what? Just put it out there. No pressure. Here, boom, drop it. And one out of 100 people might do it. And that one person might change the course of their family, just like your mother did 4 years ago. Change the course of history. I wouldn't be doing this right now if Litecoin Lisa didn't have her channel. She wouldn't have her channel if Nana hadn't said, hey, you ever hear of this Bitcoin, Litecoin thing, And it changes. It's that butterfly effect. And you can't underestimate the power of the people. Don't ever do that, because we have all the power. We give value to everything.
It takes community. It takes all of us together. It's never one person doing something. It's the power of everyone together. So thank you guys all for joining us and watching and liking and sharing these videos.
I want to hug everybody right now. Come to Texas next week.
Come to Texas so we get hugs to everybody. And check out, we have our link for Calyx Solutions for a crypto computer.
Laptop.
Check that out for your laptops. And we will see you guys in Texas next week for happy hour. Take care.
Are you buying and selling cryptos on the same laptop that you're using to browse the internet, read your email, and visit social media sites? If so, you're exposing your cryptos to theft. Whenever you're online, you're at risk of getting hacked and having your identity stolen. How would you feel if someone stole all of your cryptos? What would that do to your finances? Guard your cryptos with a safe and secure laptop from Calyx Solutions. Each laptop is set up just for you and your cryptos, and then we walk you through exactly how it works. Don't risk the security of your cryptos. Order a crypto laptop from Calyx Solutions now to secure your crypto future. Learn more at calyxsolutions.io.